Now it's time to learn Python operators. So as we have used already operators, now it's time to go in depth into the topic where we will be learning a lots of stuff about the Python operators. So stay tuned with me and you will learn a lots of things in this section. So what are the operators? Operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. uh, it's just used for particular things. Is like in maths, maximum time we use operators to perform any particular operation, particular result we want, or anything in the program coding. In the mathematics we required to have achieved something, we do operations. So this is one of the simplest and easy program, and you can see that here we have an integer which is 10 and 5. If we want to add plus, we just have to put plus, and in real life we also do this, uh, and it's called mathematics. And in programming we can also have this stuff, this result, by using this operator. So this is a plus operator. As equal to, we have different operators: plus, minus, subtract, multiplication for static use for multiplication, division for division we use slash, and for modulus we use percentage, as we have done before. So we can perform any operation we want. So we are starting from the plus uh, addition. So let's see, and let's try to understand every section of these tutorials so we can use them for our own uh, program. So in the first, this is our first variable which contain 100 plus 50, which means it will store, if we print out, if we neglect the comments we have, what will be the answer? Sum 1 will be, what will be the sum 1? 100 plus 50, obviously 150. And if we have 2, then 2 will contain 150 plus 250, then it will be 400. And if we will tell about the third one, is 800. First and second, first contain, the second contains 400, and fourth, we are just adding the two times, and it's obviously 800 it reservable. What if we add up first value, second value? What will be the result? And it is a basic operation, you will probably understood. It's 1350. I just tell after the print display. So operators are divided into different groups based on their performance, based on their use cases, based on their usage. So we have arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, membership operators, and bitwise operators. All of these has a different work, and let's take a deep dive into the operators, starting from the arithmetic operators, so we can understand how Python operators work and we can use them in our own programming and in our programs. So the arithmetic operators are used with numeric values to perform common mathematical operations. As we have done and as we have discussed before, you can use plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, all of these in arithmetic operation. It is a category where we have these all of these operators which basically perform any particular operation, like plus, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and if we want to do, we can divide also. So someone, so we will get the actual result of something like this. If we don't divide it, we will have a positive value. So let's see it. It's going to negative value. If we do edit, So we have this value, little long value, but it's just the result of addition and multiplication. So yeah, this way you can use this all of the arithmetic operators. We will be using it in our programs so we can better understand how this stuff works. So basically this program contains all of the implementation of all of these operators, arithmetic operator, and let's see the results. So in first we are adding the stuff x and y. In second we are subtracting x from y, and we are in third doing what we are doing. We are multiplying, and its multiplication is 60. We are dividing it with 3.75. If we do modulus, it's 3. And if we, what this means, it means x exponential y means we are doing something like y time. We are multiplying x y time. Like if we do x, we have a value of y 4, so we have to do this. This is exactly similar to the stuff which we have before. You can see 5625 is first result, and second, if we run the similar one which we have this one, it's called exponential. So for exponential means we are multiplying the this value around this time. So we are multiplying 15 4 times, means 15 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 15. So its answer is similar to that. We are dividing, not just dividing. I think if we see the question 4, okay, it's a float or floor concept in which if you put this, then it will doesn't display any uh, decimal numbers. However, it's possible to have decimal numbers, as we have even number here and odd number here. So it should have some decimal in answer, but because of using double slash, it's just display as the round of value, not just round of value. We get the value before the decimal one, decimal point. We are just getting this value, and it's actually skipping this value. So you can try out it by yourself and see how this actually works. So for in-depth understanding of this, division in Python has two division operators. This first one is basically used for a float number. Float or any number, if it's completely dividing, it will not give a result of float, but it will be a integer. But if it's a float, it will display a float. But in the other case, in the double slash case, we will not have any decimal number. It's actually ignore the numbers after the point. So whenever you use this one, it's when you will not get any floor number. If there is a possibility to having a floor decimal number, it will actually skip the stuff after the point, and it will only consider the value before the points. So we use that double slash. So for floor division, it's actually called a floor division. Always return an integer. It's round down to the nearest integer. Round down to nearest integer, I don't think, because here you can see that the possibilities, if we round off this, then 7 should be round off it to 4 and it should be ignored. But what it does, it just ignore all the values. It doesn't care about is it about 5.5 or not. It just ignore the number after 5. So what is the result of 5 modulus 4? So it means that we are dividing 15 by 4. So 15, 4 2 is 4, 3 is 12. So we will be having remainder of 3. So the answer will be the 3. So in modulus we actually get the remainder. So you have to keep in mind that. I hope you have basic understanding of mathematics. If not, just go for it and learn some mathematics. If you doesn't have, I'm teaching you the basic fundamentals, but In ML and AI, you have to have a solid understanding of mathematics because it will really help you to learn machine learning and AI in better way. Now it's time to learn Python assignment operators. So it is just similar to the arithmetic operators where the operators perform particular operations which are using between two variables or two values. But the assignment operators can work by itself. It can work with one value also. So what is that mean? It means that you have x value which contains 15, and if you put uh, plus 4 into 5, it's little confusing for me also. Let's see, is it working or not? If not, it's okay. We will go for best on it. Oh, we are not getting any result. So x. So actually we are storing 15. And what is happening here? Let's see it. If we run that, it's just scrolling. What's the time? So basically it's telling us it's showing an error. So is it an internet issue? Oh my god. This thing should not happen right now because we are doing some important topics. So okay, and I will come back and teach this topic because right now it's not working. So we were talking about assignment operator. Assignment operator is something like we are just using the arithmetic operator in a way to shorten the full equation. Like if you want to assign any value to any variable, then you use equal to, as we are using it from starting from our series of the Python. We use this for assigning the value to any variable. So it's called assignment operator. And if we talk about this one, so this is just work like this one. So if you, I already have this equation where you can see that the answer is 8 and the variable x contains 5, and when we add 3 in variable x, it means it becomes 5. So how is it working? So for understanding this one, you have to uh, know that it's just same to this. So if you have x plus 3, what will be the answer? The x new value of x will be the addition of the previous x which contain 5, and plus 3 will be the answer add. If you run that, the answer will be same. So instead of using these overall many stuff, we just shorten the full concept and make it more little. So here we don't need to include uh, x or variable again and again. We can have it one time and it will add again and again. And this one has a very useful use case in our coming up programming, because in which we will be not writing same variable name again and again in same line. It can make our code messy, and it will become more difficult to understand. But when we do this, it means that we are adding something like 3 to our value. So we can't do like this. It will directly change the value from 5 to 3 and the output will be the 3. So instead of doing that, we have to add uh, 3 into it. So when we put plus, it will add 3 into our this. So exactly same, if you want to use minus, you can do that, and it is just similar. It will subtract 3 from 5, then the result will be 2. You can also perform multiplication and division also. Once it run, you can also division whatsoever you can use for it. But if you want to get a power of x, means you want to multiply the variable 5 three times, so you have to just put this and it's work as exponent of 3. So we just multiplying this for 5, multiply by 5, multiply by 5, 125. I think the answer will be. Why it's not working? Why it's not? Oh, okay. So I have mistakenly done something. Let's try out many ways. So you can see that it's just multiplying the x values 3 times. When you try out by yourself, you will better understand how these things are working. So yeah, that's basically it, and hopefully you understand, and we can move forward towards learning the Walrus operator. What is the Walrus operator? An assignment value to variable as a part of larger expression. The count variable is assigned in the if statement and given the value of 5. So what will it do? It will count, I think, something like that. If we just for our exploration, it doesn't require to be learned, but if we have to learn it, how is it working and what is the concept behind it, you just have to put it and let's see what will be the result. So we can get better understanding of what is happening here. And the numbers, it is an array of 5 numbers, 1 2 3 4 5. So if you have a, this is a condition where we are telling that count the value, okay, and it's just used for I think counting, and we are telling that the length of the number, the loop is it work like a loop, so it will run. I don't understand what is happening. Just give it to ChatGPT and learn what is happening here. So tell me in simplify way what is it. So thinking of the shortcut way to do what two things at once. So we have an array of 5 values. You can say a list in Python because we don't use any array in Python. We use list. We will be discussing in the future coming up sections. So if statement, what is happening here? The length number counts how many items are in the list, which is 5. Okay, then the count length will save the value into a variable count, and the count is equal to 5. Okay, that makes sense. And then it checks if 5 is greater than 3. Yes, it's true. So what it will do, it will print f list has count items. So it's dynamically telling us the value of the content. I hope so. So we have 5 values. If we run this, what it will be telling us, it will be telling us the updated value. So the updated value is 5. So if we want to increase the value, amount of value here, and try how, if it's dynamic, it will tell us 10. Yeah, that's the whole scenario, and I think you pretty much understood. If not, then no worries. We can achieve the same result by something another way. We will be discussing in our if and else statements conditional section, where we go deep and dive into these kind of stuff, and we will explore loops and etc. So for this section exercise, what will be the value of x after this code? What will be the value of x? If you have x which contains 10, and if you add 5, now you understand it is using for adding extra 5 into our x variable. So x variable has 10 value, then plus 5 is 15, and the answer is 15. So we have correct answer. And yeah, we have now better understanding of how operators work. So let's move on towards next thing, which is Python's comparison operators. So comparison operators are used to compare two values. So it may be comparing between two values are always tell always about the comparison operators. So these are all of the stuff for comparison operator where we are comparing, we are checking is it or is it not, it is greater or it is small, it is equal to, it is equal to not. So that's the whole scenario. So what we are doing, we say that if you want to say an equal, you assign a value to any variable, you just use single equal to. But if you use double equal to, it means you are telling that it's equal or not. It's equal, uh, it's just same like if you put 1 equal to, you are storing the value in a variable x is equal to 5. But if you are putting double equal to, it means that you are comparing, like you have x variable which has a 5 value. Okay, then if you print mm, y, and y is equal to x, and if you print x, what will be the answer? Obviously it's 5. And if we run if we run y, what will be the answer? Obviously it will be 5 again. But if we put double equal to and 5, what will be the answer? It may be an error. It's true. Why it is happening? Why it is not getting the 5 value instead of it's giving 5? So the whole scenario is that as we have discussed, it is used for assigning a value. Here is we are assigning value of x to y, but here's everything is changed. When we put double quotation marks, it converted value into boolean. Either it can be a true or it can be false. So if x is equal to 5, then yeah, it's 5. That's why it's telling, right? If we change the value, then you can see that it will be false. It's just because we are comparing the value, not assigning the value. So exactly we can do other stuff similar to this one. So if you are putting is 3 is greater than 3 is greater than x, then it will be false because it's not. If 3 is smaller than 5, 3, 5 is smaller than 5 is greater than 3, then it's true. And if we put equal to check is it or not, if we change the value to 5, then one condition is true because it's telling us is equal to or greater than this one. Yeah, but if we remove this, then the answer will be wrong because it's not greater than 5, it's equal to 5. So we should avoid that. And hopefully you have understood all of this stuff. You can try out everything from here to get better understanding of how comparison operator works. So as we already have done all of this stuff, let's try out to run this and see what the result will come. So if we run all of this stuff, then we can see each values in variable, because in comparison operator your answer will be in booleans. It will be true or false because we have only two scenarios. Either it will be true, either it will be false. Because in every scenarios where we compare anything, it will be true or it will be false. There will be no neutral points, no point where we can say that it is not either true or false. Either one condition will be always true. So based on our values, our different comparisons has a different answer. So that's the whole point. So chaining comparison operators, it's little more bigger one, but we will be learning them in a future. But for now, just get the basic understanding how it's working. So if we run this, what will be the answer? X is equal to 5, okay, and 1 is smaller than x, it's okay, but x is also smaller than 10. Yeah, it's true, because 10 is greater than x and 1 is smaller than x, then it will be true. And if
True.
true, yeah, thank you. So in second, we can see that 1 is smaller than x and x is greater than x is smaller than 10. This is also true. But if we put or operator, and we will be discussing this in full in depth, but for now just basic understanding. If we put 11, then 11 is not smaller than x because x is 5, and but x is smaller than 10, then one condition is true and one is false. So then in or condition, one statement is true, then everything is true. If we put and, then if one condition is false, then other condition doesn't matter. So it will be totally fail. You can say that. See that. We will be discussing it in depth. Right now, we are not going in depth because it is about the comparison operators and about the and in or we will be learning in, I think, any other operators section. So what is the result of 5 is equal to 5? It's true. It's true, but if you have better understanding of what is happening. So let's move towards next section, logical operators. Logical operators. So this is another types of operators which is used for combining multiple conditions or multiple statements. So we have discussed comparison operators where we do compare the things, but we are now adding or we are combining multiple comparison operators using logical operator, which is or and not. So and will return true if both statements are true, or will return true if one of the statement is true, and reverse the result, return false if the result is true. So let's try out them one by one, and in the last one we will get the opposite result. So in this case, you can see that the x is greater than 0 because x has the value of 5, and x is smaller than 5, which means it will be true. We get a print r out of true because both conditions are true. What if one condition is false, like x is greater than 10? Then the second condition is false now. But if we use or, so in or operator, what it does, if one condition from these two conditions are true, then it will display true. You can see that. And if you have true and if you use not operator, means it will reverse the answer. So if we put this and see out this. And if we run this, then you will see that if we are getting true here, then it will oppose the value. It will give us false. It just reverse the answer. So in second position, we have this condition which is actually false, but if we put it here, then it will oppose the value, oppose the result. And if it's false here, it will be true here. So not is just used for reverse the value, or is for use for if one condition is true from the both condition or many condition, and is used for when we need both condition must be true. So this is how it works. Here everything is used, and you can try out them step by step. We already have done everything in single code. So what is the result of 5 is smaller than 7 and 5 is greater than? Then it will be false, because one condition is false and one condition is true. 5 is smaller than 7 is okay, but 5 is greater than 7 is not okay. So let's move forward. Identity operators. What are these operators? So the identity operator are used to compare the object, not if they are equal, but if they are actually the same object with the same memory location. So how it's work? Um, let's run this and see is it true or not. Whether I also don't know is it true, it is okay or not. Uh, it's about locations. So for now, I think the location is doesn't require for us. We will be discussing it later. We should go for more stuff which is important in our series. So membership operators. Membership operators are used to test if the sequence is present in an object. What is means by that? So it's just used as this. We already have used this in stuff, and it's called membership operator, which is done for checking out something is present in the stuff in the list or not. If it's present, it will pop up a value of true. If we have another thing, pineapple, then there is no pineapple, so the answer will be wrong, and it is not in the fruits. And you can also use it not in, and we are telling that it is not in this whole list, so it's true, it's not in. So it is a little confusing, but if you focusly understood what is we are telling, then it will be okay. So we are telling a statement that pineapple is not in the fruit list. So is it in the fruit list? It's not, then it's true. If it's in the list, it will be false, because we are telling it is not in the list, and we are having the one, then it will be false. So that's the whole scenario. And check if the pineapple is not present. We already have the membership in string. Mm, yeah, let's see it. If we run this, what will happen? We are telling that we add a variable tax and it contain hello world. Print h in text. H in text, yes, we have h in this text variable. Print hello in text, because we have started the value with capitalized form, so we doesn't have any small h, so it will compare the whole value with a single all values in the string, so we don't find any value which contain any small h. So if we make it small, then our second condition will be true, and third will also will be true. Third is we are telling that z is not in the above string, so we doesn't have it any z. Like hello world, if we put, then the third condition will be false. So hopefully you understand this section also. What does the in operator do? What does the in operator do? So uh, check if a value exists in the sequence. Yeah, it's basically checking the stuff. So let's move forward. Bitwise operator, it's just similar to an or an AND. We will be discussing it later in depth. Right now, it's not much more important. It will confuse you as you are just starting. But if you want to learn, you go for it and you can learn it by yourself. It is the best way to learn this stuff. Because in coming up section, we will be doing this stuff in depth. So right now, it's not much important. Here, operator precedence works, and we just use small brackets to prioritize any calculation we want. You can also learn for the precedence orders here and how it's work. It's up to you how you do it. We are going for the coding challenge because everything which are important we already have discussed, so we can move forward as much as fast we can. So Python operator code challenge. So we have a challenge that create a two variable. A is a is equal to 15, b is equal to 4. So still we have done something. A is equal to 15, b is equal to 4, and print the result of the modulus a and b. Print a modulus b and print the floor division. Floor division we use double slash. So print a double slash b, which will not give any decimal value. So print now we need to give an exponential. So for that we use double static and put b. And in last use a assignment operator to add 10 to a. So for that we use a plus is equal to 10. If we run this, is it okay or not? We will see how much understanding we have. We have done it right and we have successfully completed our operator section. So we can now let's move on towards the next section.